All right, let's talk about something that can literally change your life. We're going to unpack a skill that has the power to reshape your career, your relationships, and maybe most importantly, how you understand yourself. It's called emotional intelligence, and I bet it's the most important skill you're not actively working on.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever had that moment, you know the one, the words just fly out of your mouth in a flash of anger and instant regret? Ugh, yeah, we've all been there.
What about this? You've practiced, you know your stuff cold, but the second the spotlight is on you, your heart starts hammering and your mind just goes blank. It's like our emotions hijacked us right when we need to be at our best. So frustrating.
And one more. Have you ever said something totally innocent, or so you thought, and the person you're talking to has this huge emotional reaction? You're just left standing there, completely baffled. It feels like we're all speaking different languages sometimes, doesn't it?
Well, that thing that connects all of these messy human moments, it's emotional intelligence, or EQ for short. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to break down what it is, why it is an absolute game changer. I'll give you 4 simple steps to boost your own, and then we'll talk about how you can use it in your very next conversation.
So what even is this thing? Really, when you boil it all down, it's about being smart with feelings. Not just your feelings, but the feelings of everyone around you too.
Think of it like this. There are 2 sides to it. The first part is all about you. Being able to notice what you're feeling as it happens, and then managing those feelings so they don't manage you. The second part is looking outward, tuning into what other people are feeling, and using that understanding to connect with them better.
And this is a really big deal. Daniel Goleman, he's the psychologist who really brought EQ into the mainstream. He basically argues that how well you manage emotions is a way better predictor of success than how smart you are. You know that old saying, IQ gets you hired, but EQ gets you promoted? That's exactly what he's talking about.
So let's break it down into 3 simple pillars. It all starts with pillar 1, understanding yourself. That's self-awareness, knowing what you feel, and self-regulation, which is not letting those feelings run the show. Then pillar 2 is understanding others. This is all about empathy, actually trying to see the world through their eyes. And finally, pillar 3 is driving yourself. That's about finding your inner motivation, chasing goals because they genuinely matter to you.
Okay, so we know what it is. But why does it matter so much? Well, this is where emotional intelligence goes from being a cool idea to an actual superpower in your daily life.
Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine 2 coworkers, both smart, both good at their jobs. They both get some tough, critical feedback from their boss. The first coworker, who has a lower EQ, immediately gets defensive. They get angry, it's unfair, it's someone else's fault. But the second coworker, the one with high EQ, they pause. They actually listen, they ask questions to understand, and they see the feedback as a gift, something that can help them get better.
I mean, it's not even a real question, is it? We all know the answer. The person who can manage their own ego and actually learn is going to run circles around the other one, every single time. That right there is the power of EQ at work.
And the benefits just keep piling up. People with high EQ are just better at handling stress. They don't run from conflict, they know how to resolve it. Their relationships, both at work and at home, tend to be way stronger. And you know what? They make better decisions because they're not just reacting from a place of anger or fear. It's a massive advantage in life.
This is especially true when it comes to leadership. Look, anybody can manage a budget or project plan, but inspiring a team, knowing how to motivate people, seeing when someone's about to burn out, that's not a technical skill. That is pure emotional intelligence.
Okay, so you're probably on board, thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I get more of it? Well, here's the best part. Unlike your IQ, which is pretty much set, your EQ is something you can train and improve. And we can start right now with 4 super simple steps.
So here's the plan. Step 1. Pause. That's it. Before you reply to that annoying email or text, just take 1 deep breath. That little gap between the trigger and your reaction, that's your superpower. Step 2. Reflect. Get curious about your feelings. Ask yourself, wait, why am I really so upset right now? This builds that self-awareness muscle. Step 3. Practice empathy. Before you assume the worst, just for a second, try to imagine their point of view. And step 4, this might be the hardest one. Listen to understand, not just to reply. When someone's talking, make it your only goal to hear what they're actually saying.
So let's bring it all together. The beautiful thing about EQ is that you don't need a class or a book to get started. Your gym, your training ground, is your everyday life.
And please, remember this
This is not about becoming a robot or stuffing your feelings down. It's the opposite. It's about treating your emotions like data. Your feelings are the compass, but you are the captain of the ship. You listen to the compass, but you decide where to steer. Because at the end of the day, when everyone has similar skills and qualifications, your ability to connect with others, to manage yourself, to navigate tough situations, your EQ, that is what will make you stand out. It's your ultimate competitive advantage.
So I'll leave you with this question. Every single interaction you have today is a chance to practice. That team meeting later, the phone call you need to make, that tough conversation you've been avoiding, where are you going to practice your EQ first?